All right, well, I'm at Pinecrest Lake near Sonora, California, and the water is quite a bit down. I know it's not as easy to tell here, but earlier I saw that it was definitely far off the shore. That doesn't come as a huge surprise since it basically hasn't rained in about half a year, not to mention all the fires that California's had. So this is my first time out in quite a while. It's still hazy, but the air quality says that it's not too bad. So I'm headed off to a place called Cleo's Bath, and I'm assuming there's not going to be much of a bath there because the water is down so low. It'll actually give me some interesting exploration opportunities that maybe wouldn't be there if the water was going. So one way or another, going to have some fun. Coming up on the dam. Too bad. This is usually a very dramatic fall right here, but not enough water. So, you know, now I get to see it with no water. A lot less impressive. Normally this is just a churning insanity of water coming through here. Still got water coming out the spillway though, draining from over there and coming out right down here. One of the stranger things I've seen on a hike is a helicopter pad on top of a dam. But there it is. Oh, this is so weird. Right over there, I think, is where I docked my kayak. I climbed up to that little tree. My first lunch here. Now you can just walk right down it. I think I'm just going to run up here real quick. Check out my little spot. Yep. I pulled the kayak right into here. It was still floating. And I just had my lunch right there by the tree. So weird. Alright, I'm 30 minutes into the hike and I'm basically at the tip of the lake. So once I get over those rocks over there, I should be at the Stanislaus River and we'll see what it looks like. Oh, ah! So far, there's just enough people out here to let me know that this is a heavily traveled path. Of course, on both sides of the lake, you've got cabins, got an entire rental village right down the road at the strawberry store, so not a big surprise that there's people out here. This trail's like a reverse lollipop, so I'm hoping that when I get to the stick, I'll be by myself. Oh boy, I think this is the river. Not a whole lot of water. The mighty Stanislaus River. The river is gone. So I am assuming that since this trail goes this way, and that's the way around the lake, that going over here is how you get to Cleo's bath. It's not marked, but it's obviously a trail that goes somewhere, maybe just to here. This may just be a use path. A cool one for sure. Check it out. Bet this is a cool little place to sit when there's water running. Got to go down here. See that I stood at the bottom of the Stanislaus River. So it's pretty wild out here. Not really any trail signs, but I figure if I know where the river is, I must know at least somewhat where the trail is. I mean, Cleo's bath is part of the river, so if the river is to my left, pretty much have to be on the trail. Good news is I'm in a pretty steep valley, so not really any chance of getting lost out here. A lot of these little areas, like what I'm walking in right now, is probably a cool little creek when there's water, but there isn't. But it's also a really pretty driftwood area. Here we go. I'm basically just following dry creek beds out here. Oh, hello. This looks like a trail. Whoa. What are you? Life for the gold rush. Steam donkey. All right, cool. Go this way. Coming up on a wall. I'm guessing that's the destination. Been in this loamy forest for maybe 15 minutes now. I think it's probably been a half hour since I turned away at the bridge, but I've been stopping a lot. It's starting to get very steep right in front of me. I mean, like real steep everywhere you look. Rock faces. So it can't be too much further unless I've totally underestimated this trail. Oh, little creek crossing. So pretty. There seems to be more trail over here, but this looks a lot more fun. Well, I'm just going to boulder up this thing and see what there is to see, because it's cool. Cool. Oh yeah, I bet this thing's ripping when the water's going. Pretty awesome. I'm guessing that the top of this thing is pretty cool no matter what it is. And if it's not Cleo's bath, I'll just come back down. Last bit was a little harrowing. So it's decision time. The trouble with the canyon is that it's a pretty steep drop in. And I can see that there's a possibility of getting out going up, but it also looks like there might be a pretty sketchy part that I do not want to deal with, especially given that I am totally off trail and nobody's going to know where to look for me. So it may seem stupid to keep climbing at this point, but I'd really like to find Cleo's bath and just be able to take the trail back instead of having to come down this. But if I don't go up it, I won't find it. I just wish I knew what was on the other side before going up, but I don't, so this is the way to go. So let's hope that once I get past this section, I will be at the trail, or at least within safe climbing distance of the trail. Okay. Ah, yes. Thank you, Lord. Whew. I did not think there was going to be an edge I could get around here. Okay. I'm good. Oh my gosh. Oh, that was ridiculous. Let me see if there's an easier way up. Oh, okay. Whew. Man. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't been that worried in a while. All it would have taken was one more drop off and I would not have been able to get off that ridge. I hope this is it. Because I'll tell you what, if it isn't, oh, there we go. Oh, cool. Worth it. What's this? Look, I found a waterfall. Awesome. The raging power of the Stanislaus River in late September. My hand is literally spanning the Stanislaus River. Well, it is coming up on 1 o'clock and I just finished eating my lunch. Been just kind of kicking it here at Cleo's bath, listening to people walking around. Ran into a couple guys, but pretty much just had the place to myself, which has been nice. So it was pretty much 3 hours on the nose when I checked the time. And I believe I'd been here for about a half hour. So let's say that's 2.5 hours. I definitely killed probably an extra 15, maybe 20 minutes climbing up the gorge instead of taking the trail around. And I'm sure that I've done anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes of re-hiking, putting the camera down, hiking back, picking the camera up. So I'd say it's probably 1.5 to 2 hours if you just knocked it out from the lake. Now when I go back, I'll do a little bit of filming on the part of the trail that I missed climbing the gorge. It is possible to make a loop out of the lake and make this kind of a true lollipop, and I might do that, but the other side of the lake is really just a dirt trail next to a bunch of people's cabins. You're just kind of lakeside the whole time. It's fairly uninteresting, so I'm going to try to leave pretty much right at 1 o'clock on the nose and see how fast I can get back, assuming I can find the trail and don't end up climbing down the gorge. All right, so apparently the trail is up there. Let's see how this goes. Bye-bye, pools. Ooh, here's that valley. Oh my gosh, look at that. Whoa, cool, cool, cool. Oh, there's somebody way up there. Are you on the trail or am I? Yeah, I think it's over here if you're going to Cleo's bath. Don't feel bad, I ended up bouldering up the gorge like an idiot. Okay, well the camera battery is just about dead and I'm at the edge of a huge cliff. So I am just going to head down here and take pictures along the way, but I'm probably not gonna be able to do much more video because I don't want to lose my battery. But in case I ever come up here It's this little gorge. You go up over the left and you're there. Okay, so for future reference, right after this creek crossing, right after it, there's a faded blue arrow on a rock pointing to the right, and that is how you get up to Cleo's bath. Unless you just feel like being stupid like me and climbing up a gorge. And that gorge is dangerous, especially if there was water up there. That would be an absolute no-go for me. But anyway, I am back on trail. It took about 15 minutes, including standing around trying to figure out where the trail was. There were actually a couple people up there that were all pretty confused. Some people coming up didn't know if they were on the trail. I met that one guy that was like 100 feet off trail way up in the rocks. And then those two girls walked right off the trail even while their app was running. It's misleading. Parts of the trail are so completely obvious and there's so many people on it that it just feels like tourist trail, you know? And then all of a sudden it gets hairy. All right, well, like I said earlier, my battery is dying and I might be able to get a few more pictures if I stop doing video. So I'm gonna sign off. I'm Doug, this is Backcountry Pilgrim. Subscribe if you haven't, like the video if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Forgot about this part. This is it, till back to the parking lot. Alright, it's 2:30, so half hour from the main trail off the stick to the edge of the lake. Still got to go probably half mile around it. Looks so weird with the water gone. Alright, back at the car. It's 2:45 or whatever, so it's like 15 minutes from edge of the lake to here. I'm done.